Hello! A new video by Miss Boss. Here we go. English, as always. And today we're going to talk about the comparisons. And this is Unit 2, Lesson 5. And in your book, it is on page 90 when you are into HAVO. And it is on page 94 when you are into VWO. Comparisons. What can you compare? Well, normally we compare people, one person to another person, one teacher to another teacher, one pupil to another pupil, one football player to another football player. Animals, a dog and another dog, an elephant and a crocodile, spider and a mouse. And things, think of mobile phones, think of computers, think of books, houses. That's the things and people and animals that we can compare. Now, there are also words you use to compare, like she is a kind teacher. Then kind is an adjective, and that is the word we use to compare. That is an ugly dog. You look outside and you think, oh, that is an ugly dog. Ugly says something about the dog. Ugly is an adjective, so we use that word to compare. Or this is a fantastic story. Fantastic says something about story, therefore it's an adjective, and we use the words in pink, to compare. Now, she's a kind teacher, but he is a kinder teacher than she is. So I'm comparing two teachers now. A she teacher, she's kind, but I know a he teacher and he is kinder than she. And then there is another she, and she is the kindest teacher of all. So I made comparison with three teachers. A kind teacher, then there was a kinder teacher, and then there was the kindest teacher. We do this with steps. Okay, step number 1, there is no comparison. Like I said, she's a kind teacher, normal, nothing wrong with it. She's a boring teacher, or she's an interesting teacher. There is no comparison. You just say something about someone, but then you're going to compare. And if you use then you get ER, nicer than. And if she or he is the best, then you say nicest plus EST. Fat is a short word. When fat is a short word, double it. So say fatter or fattest. Otherwise it looks silly if you don't do that. Fat, fatter, fattest. Don't use it with teachers. Pretty. What do we see? We see an Y. What do we do when we see a Y? Change the Y into an I plus ER. There we are, prettier and prettiest. Don't use this with teachers. Interesting. That is a long word. Look at that. Interesting. 4 syllables. Gosh. So don't say interestinger. We don't do that in English. Or interestingest. No, we use another word. We say, that is an interesting teacher, but she is a more interesting teacher, and he is the most interesting teacher. So more, most, with very long adjectives, so long words. Interesting, beautiful is also such a word. Then there is an exception, bad. Use this one for teachers. Is a bad teacher, but she is worse. So she is a worse teacher than the other one. And that one is the worst. So sometimes I say, you are really the worst van de HEMA. Bad, worse, worst. There's another one that's also an exception that's good. She's a good teacher. Oh yeah, but that one is a better teacher. Oh, do you know him? He's the best. These are the steps of comparisons. So, very long words get more, and most short words just get ER or EST. Now, there's another way to do comparisons. Look at these two trees. They are the same, right? But I can compare them because I can say that tree is as tall as this one, or it is as green as this one, or it is as small as this one. So they have the same size, they have the same color, they look the same. Then you use as. These puppies don't look the same. So now we are going to say something about these puppies. Look, that puppy is not as cute as this one. Not as cute. We compare them, but now we use the word not. So that puppy is not as cute. That puppy is not as black. That puppy is not as young. A lot of things to use comparisons. There are more exercises in Classroom for you to do, so practice them, try them, get really, really good. Watch this video as often as you like. I thank you very much for watching. It could be that you have a question. You know where to find me. Email or Hangout or YouTube.